Hey gang, Alive After 5, Anthony Fontana here, just touching base with everybody. It is, I believe, Tuesday, and rock and rolling here, winding down a really fantastic day. And I just wanted to touch base a little bit with everybody that's here, that you're listening. If you're listening to this as a live, I love it. I appreciate it if you hit the like button or one of those buttons so I know you're here. If I don't spot your name, I might not mention you. And if you're watching it as a replay, I really appreciate that. Hey Carol, how are you? That's how I know you're watching me. And if you share this, it's also awesome. Let's talk about procrastination a little bit. You know, I'm a firm believer in executing things. You know, I don't have a skill set in everything. If I need to learn something, I go out and learn it. I just do what I have to do. Had a leak in the bathroom. Instead of bringing in a plumber, I watched a 3-minute YouTube video, ran to the plumbing supply store, and basically ran out, fixed what I had to fix, saved myself $300. Took me 15 minutes. So I'm a firm believer that contemplating things and procrastination are one and the same. You know, we can contemplate and debate and study and learn, take Udemy courses all day long and never execute. And that our basis for not executing is, well, I just need to learn more. I need to learn more. The reality is you're just procrastinating. I mean, you can put out content every single day. You can test and learn, test and learn, test and learn, and study your craft and study what you're fired up about and go out and actually execute it and learn as you execute. Learn how to fail a little bit, and it's okay to do that. It does take actual skills to create wealth. It just really does. I mean, you didn't learn to ride a bike watching YouTube, I don't think. You got on your bike and you fell off on your back and you did it again and again until you learned how to ride a bike. Same thing with skiing. Same thing with any skill set. You actually had to go out and do something to do it. And when we were kids, we didn't study how to do something. We went out and we did it. Never played basketball, you started playing basketball. You couldn't get the thing in the hoop, you kept shooting at the hoop, and eventually you figured it out. Hey Anthony, how are you, brother? You know, I mean, how to make money, you have to have a great product. You have to learn how to make people aware that you have a great product or service and put it out there. You know, they have to be aware of it. Otherwise, you'll never be able to create any kind of business model around just an idea or a product or a service. You know, you can do that through creating content, videos like this, webcasts, podcasts. Write some verbiage out there and just put it out there. You can ask your friends to share your dream and your vision, your product and service. Just have them share it. You know, you can create ads on Google or Facebook at like the lowest. I mean, right now it's as cheap as you can get. You're welcome, Anthony. It's as cheap as you can get. You can't get advertising right now as cheap as you can. That paradigm is going to change in 2 or 3 years when it's going to cost $30 or $50 per CPM versus $2 or $3 right now. So take advantage of what's inexpensive today. You know, if you were involved in running a business years ago and you were using Google Ads, if you got in on the ground floor on Google Ads, you made a lot of money. If you waited until that's saturated, now you're not making any money. Yeah, stop procrastinating, Carol. It's important. You can go to networking events. You can cold call everybody. I do all of those things to promote my businesses. I don't stop. Because I'm not a student. I stopped being a student when I graduated high school. I took a few classes in college and then executed on those classes. While I was in college, I started an accounting practice, bought a limousine company, and ended up working in a real estate business. And I did that by taking courses. And as I took the courses, I implemented what I was learning almost simultaneously. It's almost like I read a chapter and I implemented the chapter in a book. I mean, it's important to do that today. Back then, we didn't have computers. We didn't have social media. We didn't have the power that we have today. I think it's incredible. But one way not to build a business is by watching endless videos, Udemy classes up the wazoo, reading a million books, going to seminars, constantly studying, whiteboarding the whole thing out on a graph, 2 or 3 whiteboards in your kitchen, talking to your brother about it, and again, never ever actually moving forward, just simply learning how to move forward. You ponder, you strategize constantly. You need to stop that. You're debating it. There's only so many books you need to read. You need to actually execute. I remember when my daughter Erica, literally just like 6 or 7 weeks ago, said, "Dad, I need a flyer to put up for your accounting practice in all 10 buildings at Rikers Island." That's what she works. She's a corrections officer. I'm like, dude, I don't know how to make a flyer. I mean, you really need a flyer. I mean, who's going to read it? She said, oh, Dad, I'm going to put it in all the cafeterias. Just make one. I had no idea how to make one, and I really didn't want to have to spend like weeks to learn how. Years ago, I would have bought a course. I would have studied it. I would have went to a class. I would have done 30 of them, tried them all out, printed them out, showed them to people. Now I have no time for that stuff. So all I did was I created a stupid looking thing and I put it on Facebook. And all of you stepped up within minutes, showed me how to fix it. My friend Jamie gave me such an amazing advice live while I was trying to fix this thing. And within 15 minutes, I had a workable flyer. That was about 6 weeks ago. That flyer, that one flyer, and the video that I did based on that flyer have basically generated over 5 figures in about 6 weeks. And that income, that money from business will continue coming in, will grow from now till December, and will grow from that base next year from one lousy flyer that I never knew how to do. I'm not bragging about that. I'm simply saying if I would have wasted time trying to figure it out, I would have never done it. I didn't want to be bothered doing it, to be real honest with you. Honest to God, I told my daughter, I don't really want to, I don't need to. But I did it anyway. And the amazing thing is, I've gotten no business from Rikers Island. How incredible is that? But I've gotten business, and I've gotten people calling me that had no idea that I do what I do, and it's opened up a whole bunch of other avenues for me. So you actually have to do something. You have to be in motion to create. So I'm going to ask you today, stop procrastinating, get off your ass and start doing something, anything. I don't care what it is. Put a video up of you and your cat sitting on the couch. I don't care. Hey, Aaron, if you're a great cook, put the iPad up. You got this $1,000 iPad. Put it on a stand. Put play. Put record and start cooking. And it doesn't matter how good you look, if you have makeup on, if your hair is looking up like that. It doesn't really matter. Nobody cares. And if they're interested in cooking, they're going to watch your video. And 3 years from now, when your videos are polished and you have a couple of ring lights, you have a background, and you're all professional and polished, you're all going to look back and say, wow, look where I started. And now you're a top cooking channel on YouTube, or your Instagram has 25, 30, 40, 50,000 followers, and you're generating residual income from Instagram because you're an Instagram guru on food or whatever it is you're passionate about. So that's it for today. Just going to say go out there and execute. I'm continuously doing so. I'm not going to stop until I'm in the ground with nails in the box, and I love doing what I do. Hi Irene, how are you, buddy? I just know that by stopping the moving forward is the quickest way to fail. And by not moving forward at all, it's the quickest way to stay where you are right now. And 5 years from now, you'll be wondering why you missed out on this gold mine that's out there right now, called social media, called the internet. Because the paradigms for social media will be changing shortly. I appreciate you, brother. The paradigms are going to change. Facebook is already figuring out a way to maybe eliminate or change how news feeds look. And I personally like the news feed. I like interacting with people. But if they go into the private conversation mode, it's going to change a lot of things. And I'm looking forward to learning and getting ahead of that curve, because I think it's going to be incredible. And I think it's going to be a blessing to everybody that's using social media now. So with that, God bless you guys. Anthony, I'm expecting a phone call from you tomorrow. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Have a great night. See you tomorrow night.